Hi, I'm Jennifer Ackman-Haywood from CraftSanity.com, and today I'm going to show you my spin bike. I've been posting on Instagram about this, and I've gotten a lot of questions about what kind of bike I have and how I like it. So I've been using this since about the end of January. I ordered it on Amazon, put it together after I finished my magazine in like mid-February. So I've been using it several times a week ever since that point. This is comparable to what you would find at your local health club. I used to go to spin class at the YMCA, and now I find that I just don't have the time to even get to the class. And sometimes if you're running late, you don't get a bike. And so I always get a bike now that it's in my living room. Now this is a bike that retails for about $500, and that is a little pricey. However, a lot of gym memberships are $100 a month, and that's pretty pricey too. So what I decided to do is look for a sale. I was able to get this one for about $250. There was a sale. Now it's currently listing at like $275, which is totally worth it. I used my Amazon points to get it down to about $150. So for me, it was less than a 2-month membership to my local gym to get this bike in my house. It has a 44-pound flywheel here in the front. And the only once you get it set up for your height and adjusted to fit you, you really don't have to know anything else about the bike but how to control the tension knob here. And that's something that just you can add. It has a plus and minus, so you can easily add and subtract tension. And then you have this is what controls the tension here on the wheel. So that's going to determine how hard you're pedaling. And I recommend, I'm sparing you folks at home the bike short look today because I'm still I'm on the comeback tour. I'm not exactly there yet. When I'm there, I'll do another video in bike shorts, I promise. But if you're new to cycling and you have never been into a spin class, I would recommend that you should invest in a pair of bike shorts. If you're doing this in the privacy of your own home, you know, no one's going to see you except your family, and they love you anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. But bike shorts have this like padding, which is totally unflattering, so your butt looks bigger than it actually is. But when you're on this seat can be a bit grueling. The seat is not terribly bad. I have a road bike that has a seat similar to this, so I'm kind of used to this. But if you're not, that's going to be different. If you have a cruiser, this seat is not going to be as comfortable as the seat of a cruiser. I've thought about, could I put a cruiser seat on here? You could, but you know, it kind of takes away from the athleticism of like kind of what you're trying to do here. You're not really cruising. You're here to burn calories and kind of kick your own rear. So I'm gonna throw the bike shorts to the side here. I always set up a towel on the floor because I've taken a lot of spin classes at the Y, and it's just kind of a mess. And I tried to be a good neighbor and clean that up. My cat will not be staying here for the duration, but she apparently likes the towel on the floor too. I have a second towel that I put on the handlebars here because this is definitely, especially when you're working indoors on a bike, you're gonna drip, and it's like a faucet, folks. So you want to make sure you have a towel, otherwise it just gets gross, and that's no good. I am a retro woman apparently. I did not appreciate these sweatbands when they were in the 80s. I thought people were crazy for wearing them. I thought they looked really dumb. Clearly, I have reversed my thinking on that. Sweatpants are my best friend now with this bike. Or if you want to be, you know, do it your own way and use a bandana, that's fine too. I do recommend that you put something on your forehead there so you're not dripping all over the place. But the biggest thing with getting this bike, at first I was like, oh, I should invest another $50 and get one of these, you know, you can get a attachment that talks to your cell phone, you know, that will tell you how many miles and how many RPMs and all that. And I was like, I definitely have to have this, otherwise I'm not going to know what I'm doing. I won't be able to track my mileage, because I'm someone who likes to know how many miles I've run, how many yards I've swam, and I want to know how far I was going on the bike. But what I realized is really when it comes down to, is it's kind of between you and your bike, like how hard you're working. And you control that tension on there, and really you're going for time. And I've been doing some 20-minute fat burning workouts when I don't have time to be on the bike for very long. I try to go real quick and just do a 20-minute workout. And I have been watching, Global Cycling Network, and they have a YouTube channel, and it's absolutely fabulous. I love it, and these are people that, from what I've observed, they clearly know more than I do about cycling. So what I did is I used my iPad, which I already had. I didn't go out and buy an iPad. So use whatever device you have that you can. If you have just a smartphone and you don't have an iPad, you don't have to buy an iPad. My smartphone fits across. I can fit my cell phone right here. Now, if you don't have elastic on your case. You might want to look into getting, this was less than 20 bucks to have this case, and I pretty much leave my iPad here most of the time. So what I do is I just have this on YouTube, I'm watching the workout, and I will kind of show you folks what my routine is. This is not going to be like a Jane Fonda special or anything, so it's going to get it's gonna just be bad for me, folks. So we'll see how I look at the end of this. But I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that if you don't have time to get to the gym, I know I'm a busy mom. I have like 50 different jobs I do, and I lose myself often taking care of other people. And this was like the best gift I could have given myself. This bike that was, you know, a pretty small investment. I've been able to kind of just give myself a, you know, an option to be able to work out pretty intensely in my home. Placement in your house, this is another key thing. A lot of times people get these, they stash them away in the basement. I'd recommend that you put it in your line of sight. Like we obviously have this set up in front of in an open space right now for this video, just so you don't know how messy my house is. I like to kind of keep that on the down low. Just told you, so it's not a secret anymore. But I can see this bike from the refrigerator, so if I'm gonna go grab a Pepsi, which I really shouldn't be drinking, I look at the bike and I'm like, you know, I worked out this morning. Do I really want to undo that? And sometimes I drink the Pepsi anyway, I'll be honest. Other times I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Or I get back on the bike and burn some more calories. So think about placement. A lot of people don't want to live with a bike in their main living space, but I recommend that you consider that, because if you can see it, you're probably going to use it more. Yeah, so I have a love-hate relationship with this gentleman. I don't like when he says that. He says he's getting nervous. He's a professional. Every time I finish this, I'm glad, but I also wonder why I subject myself to this. And then I remember that Pepsi that I drink. It's a good workout. Now that I've scared you all off of wanting to buy a bike, thing to keep in mind is you don't have to kick your rear like this. You can just pedal while you watch TV at a more reasonable pace. But I'm telling you, the Global Cycling Network, some good people who have helped folks like me in the privacy of my own home. And I really appreciate that. So I hope this video, this breathless video, helps you guys get inspired to invest in some home gym equipment and start today on your own fitness journey. Good luck.